It's all right, Sergeant. Take the pack with you.
Thank you, Colonel, sir. You've just been had. He's got more smokes than any GI in camp.
Reminds me of the men you whipped into shape for me at New Caledonia.
Yeah, they were good boys. Before you pull out, I'll drop by and see the ones that are left, sir.
Speaking of Boona, you can have a parade if you want, Jimmy. They don't hand out very many silver stars.
What if I refuse it?
To James T. Irvine for valor, above and beyond the call of duty. With his company officers killed or wounded, he regrouped the survivors.
You really know how to put someone on the spot, don't you? You hand them one and a chance to volunteer for a second one all in the same breath. You know, when I transferred out, I tried to explain something. Here, sir. They say one picture's worth 1,000 words. Stupid idiot Irvine, the last one he kills, he's got to go through his pockets. How many of the others carried snapshots like that? What's the approved military answer, Colonel?
It might be easier than what I'd say to you man to man.
I think I can handle it at that level. I've become a feather merchant, right? Goofing off, soft job. Too much time to think, so I'm getting what's coming to me.
Negative. I like operators. Men who play hard usually fight hard. Now, as just another GI, you can slug in the teeth. And I start this way. This character jumped us. Now, he made the new rules and we didn't. Do you think any of us like the killing business? Well, we don't. And maybe that's what this whole thing is all about. So what do we do, Mr. Gutful of Guilt? Wait till they come rolling up the street of your hometown?
Well, maybe then I can understand it.
Fine. And maybe you'd like to stop some of this killing.
Yeah, maybe I like that a lot.
Well, that's just what's going to happen to an awful lot of dog faces you know if I can't find a man to back them up. Thanks for the coffee.
If it's still man to man, you can tell your chief signal officer you found yourself a pigeon. And while you're patting yourself on the back, if you can keep one hand free, take this and... I guess that ends our man-to-man conversation, sir.
Enemy stragglers! They hit the supply depot, sir!
Box is broken into, sir.
And over here, too.
Let's get a quick count here. Get those flares in the air!
What you do, Chance? They could be any place.
a great way to treat the taxpayers' money.
Yeah? Send me a letter through the complaint department. You PT boat guys will get out there and do a
Wait
job.
a minute, wait a second. What about that famous bomb sight of yours that can hit a pickle barrel at 20,000 feet?
Pickle barrels at 20,000 feet I can handle, but somebody out there don't like me. They're using cruisers.
Poor boy. I better drop you off at debriefing.
Let's pick up Jimmy and get down to business.
Now hear this! Now hear this! The Joint Chiefs will assemble for Operation Hand Crank. Mike, would you look at what this nut has done now? Does that thing really work?
Well, listen, Jellicoe, if Thomas Edison brought you the electric light bulb, would you ask questions?
Look, just crank this thing. You won't need me there.
Hey, wait, come here, come here. Does the Nimitz need MacArthur?
Well, I sort of volunteered for a special assignment next week. There's a few things here I better clean up first. Look, it's nothing big. Just an old CO of mine needed someone, that's all.
His initials wouldn't be Colonel Crow, would they? That guy that just flew in to organize a commando outfit?
What's the matter? Can't you stand prosperity? Sleeping on a mattress bother you or
Jimmy
something?
Big Heart, you just let him walk in and do it to you?
Come on, Jim, where's that old Irvine Sparkle?
What are you guys? You chaplains or something? Well, maybe I'd better go along. Knucklehead would probably crank this in the wrong direction.
Greetings from Birdland, gentlemen.
There goes a nice,
Jimmy.
peaceful evening.
What if I can scrounge an electric motor from an old burned-out tank?
Yeah, might work as a ceiling fan. Better get it to me fast, Mr. Hackett. I'll be kind of busy after next week.
Okay. Thank you.
What do you got in the hole? All right, knock that off.
Say, tapioca. Where do these come from?
Hey, apples.
You got the rudder bedded.
Where you get them?
Never mind. Where do they come from?
Hey, Eddie.
All right, I should put it.
Mountain. Very high.
Come on up. Give me a pitcher of water.
Step right up, warriors. The first race on the Joint Chiefs. Now, what's this, you Melanesian Jay Gould? We're gonna make your operations look like peanuts.
Think hard, gentlemen. In all the world, what would you like most right now?
I can tell you it ain't gonna come out of no machine.
Hey, Joe, $20 cost this.
$20 we're gonna have. Now, watch it, gentlemen. I turn the crank, and out comes gold. Hunts of solid, ever-loving gold. Hey, Jim.
Yes, sir, boys. Ice. Ice for sale.
An ever-loving ice maker.
Warm tonight, isn't it? And sticky.
Yes, sirree. Frosty little miracles at 4 bits a cube.
4 bits. Are you off your rocker?
Entirely too much.
Well, I guarantee it'll make that jungle juice taste like bottle and bond. Here, I'll pay. Atta boy, give me your money.
Here, over here. Give me a
4 bits. Come on, will you fight with the ice? Come on. 4 bits. Just get the money out. That's Derby. Hey, give me some more juice. Come on. The ice, will you? Come on. Give me the money. I want the money. Give me the money. Here's the money. Give me the money. Here's some more money. Don't touch the money. Let me have some more money. Come on. Give me the ice, the pipe. Ice fine. There we go. Let me have
$3 a minute, and I'm turning slow.
Can you read the handwriting on the wall, Tapioca? Your empire is crumbling. You hear Iron Bird motor?
Japanese fella. Him come now.
Old bed check Charlie, right on schedule.
$10 says you're wrong this time.
Bet.
Trenches, there'll be a rush of cut. I can't figure Jimmy out tonight. He's usually a gang of laughs.
Take a guy who's been through the meat grinder, Admiral, a guy who's really had it. But with so much pride, he's trapped into volunteering for a rough one again. What happens?
Pride cornereth the man, Phil. If he can't admit he's scared, it figures he starts looking for another way out. With Jimmy.
I'll see you later. There's a man I'd better talk to.
No, Bill, I am not volunteering to chase them for you. I'm saying there's something peculiar about us being hit by stragglers for guns and ammo. Yes. Yes, I can loan you a man for that. They need a man over there that can read a trail. Send Corporal Tedderson and a walkie-talkie.
Yes, sir.
Now, Captain, I thought I made it clear that I'm busy.
It won't take that long, Colonel.
All right, Captain, you guessed it. My entire operation could hang on one radio being able to transmit the right message at the right minute. Now, I shouldn't have to tell you what the weather conditions are here or what they do to communications equipment. And I certainly shouldn't have to tell you that I cannot load down my radar groups with technicians and spare parts.
Answer, James T. Irvine and parachute.
Or on some islands, he'll go in by sub or PT boat. The man is a 1 in a million combination. He's able to use a knife and a gun to get where we want him. He's able to keep a transmitter going with baling wire and chewing gum.
The job's so rough, the signal corps would loan him to you only if he volunteered.
Now, how does this concern you?
Friendship. I got a feeling you did your recruiting with your knee, Colonel, real low.
Captain Pike, if Jimmy Irvine were my own brother, I could not be more fond of him. And I'll tell you this. I'd still give him a knee if 100 men's lives depended on it. And that doesn't mean that I would enjoy it.
Off the record. Colonel, taking your hypothetical, brother. Suppose he'd already done more than his share. Supposing you pushed him a little bit too far. So he decides to hold up.
Well, I would hope that my brother's friends would see to it that he doesn't. Because there is absolutely nothing hypothetical about what I would have to do to a deserter.
Trade this bamboo yacht in on one of those.
We work our way up, Pikey. First a destroyer, then a cruiser. First thing you know, you got mess boys in white jackets with laundry, hot meals, soda, things you fly boys will never find out about. Now hear this. Now hear this.
Dear Emmy Lou.
Dear Emmy Lou, regarding those USO dances you wrote about, let Uncle Eddie tell you a few things about servicemen.
Listen, Skipper, if this kid is 16, she can probably tell you about servicemen.
The world is full of dames.
The world is not full of dames who happen to be the daughter of the president of the company I work for. And it seems to me, Charlie, that a torpedo man would understand leading his target. You plan ahead, you plan your shot.
And when you get home, you find she's married, has 3 kids, and the company has a new mail clerk.
Which is exactly the kind of negative thinking I can expect from the gun crew. Now listen, in 2 years I'm home, the war is over. Emmy Lou is 18. When I left, her proportions were somewhat modest, but now at 18, why, you get the picture? In walks Jellicoe, suntan and bronze, with medals down to here, and a rollicking quarter-deck gait.
Medals for what?
Medals? Are you kidding? By the time we're engaged, I'll be a lieutenant commander with experience on the naval staff. Now look, the war is over. You're the president of a company. Are you going to put a lieutenant commander back in the mailroom?
No, Skipper. I don't recall ever meeting an officer I'd trust in that job.
Good morning, Colonel.
Colonel Crow, Lieutenant Jellicoe.
How do you do, sir? Ordinarily, I have a much nicer setup for
Now,
visiting...
Lieutenant, you can pipe me aboard some other time. Right now, I'm a little hurried.
Sir?
I'm mentioning. A Jeep was missing from Signal Corps motor pool this morning. A supply of C rations was scrounged from the mess hall. And a tarp and a bedroll from QM. And I'm wondering if my hypothetical brother's friends know anything at all about this. Because I happen to think he's AWOL.
Is that all, sir?
That's just the beginning.
Mr. Hackett, would you fix the Colonel a cup of coffee or something?
If the Colonel will excuse us, please.
It's Mr. Hackett, Colonel.
Hey, Tapioca, how you spell Japan? J-A-P-O-N-E-E. Hey, no E, no E. No. Fella, he paid 2 bits. Altogether, this many. What name you call him?
4 bits.
4 bits. $1. Ah, bula bula, venaka. Bula bula, venaki. Me teach them small fellas old stories of Moloman people.
Wonderful. I love your quaint old tribal legend.
Especially the one where this many 2 bits. You call them $1.
Now let's have the story on a fellow named Irvine. Has he been here today?
Other fella. No see him today.
You're too late, Pike. Now let's have it and fast. He traded you that machine.
Eddie, I'll tell you, Tapioca wouldn't give a friend away. Let's just take our little gizmo and depart.
Hey, will you take a machine? Other fellas sell tapioca.
3 PC belong this machine. And 1 other fella, 1 this here boat fella, and 1 me, Iron Bird fella.
Ice machine, 3 PC?
You can come pick up your PC anytime. Just bring a hacksaw.
You got a hacksaw. Pike, what are you doing? We don't have time to play games. Just tell him he can have the whole machine.
This is Melanesia. And Knucklehead, he likes Jimmy. We've got to play it his way so we can get him off the hook.
Other fella sell tapioca ice machine. No see him after?
Who's talking about other fella? Forget him. We're tired of hearing him. Do you want the ice machine or not?
Okay, Joe. Tapioca buy ice machine. How much dollar?
Well, we hope you might suggest a trade of some sort.
Yeah, Tapioca. I mean, well, we make so much as it is. More dollars just going to create a tax problem.
You know $1. One trade. What tapioca give for a trade?
That's kind of a tough one, Tapioca, the way Uncle Sam showers us with luxuries.
Maybe a change of scenery might do us good, Admiral, you know. Get away from it all. That's crazy thinking. Where would we go?
Hey, Joe. You like to take a nice trip?
A trip? A trip? Well, of all the things to come up with, a trip. Well, listen, we'd probably wind up someplace that was hot and full of bugs.
No. Nice trip.
We'd have to have food, water. Maybe some monument village. A man who knows the island as well as you do, Tapioca.
You know like Himoloman place. Tapioca, show you place. You go up high. No bugs.
Like a Vanaka place?
Makapanaka place. Place all the same. White man, no white man.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You mean there's a place up here with people like us?
Plenty fresh fruit, plenty Marys.
Women?
Stick with the fresh fruit.
Hey, Pike, do you realize what he's talking about? He's talking about some kind of a Shangri-La up there in those mountains. Well, look, it's possible. Neither the Japs or us, we only ever occupied the coast.
Sure. Hidden village, fresh produce, beautiful half-white women.
True or not, it's the kind of a place that Jimmy would go for.
Joe, you know find fresh fruit, plenty Marys. You keep my slave. You find fresh fruit, Marys. Tapioca keep my slave. No tell lie. Go missionary school.
All right, it's a deal. Show us how to get there.
You go up trail, through mountain, very high.
Whoa, hold it, Admiral. That's the peak Tapioca was talking about. We go right through it.
Yeah, if he wasn't lying to us.
Well, I'm betting on the missionary.
That'll be the first time they ever heard from you.
Let's go, Admiral.
Omae wa kore o motte saigo ni nare. 済んだか？じゃあ、行こう。
George Baker 8, come in. George Baker 8, come in.
This is George Baker 8. Over.
There's more of them here than you guess, sir. They must have taken an automatic rifle. They picked up plenty of ammo for it last night. It could have been them that knocked off those bulldozer and line stringing crews.
Well, stand by and give me your position.
Coordinates 475-10.
We're on our way.
Looks like we're still on Jimmy Boy's trail.
Hey, Pike, look.
Wait a minute, that might be a booby trap.
So I'll find out.
Good luck to you.
Thanks.
That's Jimmy's Jeep, all right.
Looks like this is as far as you could go in this thing. Come on, Pike, we're gonna have to hoof it.
Come on. All right, let's hold it right here. What do you guys think you're doing here?
What do we think we're doing? What do you think you're doing? About 27 miles that way direction, they could be drawing up charges against you. The military's a little touchy about sudden vacations.
You crook, you double-crossing feather merchant, you. He traded our ice machine for that. Came up here to monopolize it himself. This character isn't running.
No, like you thought, I'm running. From something.
Look, fellas, let's try to settle this a little later, huh? Meanwhile, down in the old swimming hole, plenty beautiful... They got Oriental eyes.
Well, now, he finally looked at the faces. Those same kind of eyes. There's a whole village of them up around the next bend. Come on, I'll show you.
Chinese village, an ever-loving Chinese village. I'm sure of it. I've seen 100 just like this along the Burma Road.
I still feel Jap somewhere.
A man who's running could be a little bit over-nervous.
And even a guy who's running might still remember our base got hit last night.
Just a bunch of stragglers. Jimmy's scared and hungry. You didn't see any signs of Japs, did you?
Even if the Japs found this place, I can't see Chinese as collaborators.
One way to find out. I think the child is going after the village elder. It's their idea of courtesy for him to come out and welcome us.
You go, you go, you go.
You go, you go. I guess that's Chinese for welcome.
You go, please. Very bad year for crops. We have no food. Or women very old, very ugly. Or animals very diseased. Very poor village. And nothing for soldiers to steal.
Steal? Now, just a cotton-picking minute. If you think we came...
Ah, is it cotton you wish? We have no cotton. No cotton, no silk, no wool.
Look, Mr. Elder, he's just trying to explain that we came here in friendship.
The tiger always smiles upon entering goat pen.
Oh, we've got the guy who writes those Chinese fortune cookies. Look, even Shangri-La has its limits. If we're not welcome...
Yeah, but don't you think it's kind of interesting why they're so nervous about uniforms? Excuse me, sir. Do you get many soldiers up here?
In my country, we teach our small children to have a fear of the spotted bears, tax collectors, and soldiers. I now see it is a great foolishness. I am one man. Please to enter our small village and be welcome.
Thank you.
If you see something of comfort and a value which you wish to...
Oh, no.
You will please not kill the old woman. She's my wife.
Greetings. Greetings.
Greetings, Grandmother.
It is our intention to defend ourselves.
You will not defend. It is not our custom to give violence.
They will bring war to our own streets, honorable husband.
We ran from our own soldiers, from Taipei. We ran from still others, from Java, from still others.
You mean you people have been running from war all the way from China?
The world is on fire with soldiers.
Yes, Grandmother, the world is certainly on fire.
It is time to defend, honorable old woman.
If you wish to see blood in town, you will begin with mine. Do you follow a foolish old woman or the teachings of our Lord Buddha? To take life, the most secret of all things? Is this what you propose?
These are soldiers, old man.
Soldiers in someone else's eyes might do evil, but they are still men. The world is on fire because one man killed, then two, then 100. You wish it to show courage? The greatest courage is not to kill, even in the face of death.
You will please return to your homes.
And now my foolish wife return to our house, and at a later time I will beat her.
And if you beat me, I will not rub your leg when the winter brings that pain on again.
Yeah. Yeah. Now please to excuse while I'm preparing honors suitable to your welcome.
Same feeling still bothering you? I got a feeling, too, that somebody's not leveling with us.
If you're not running scared, what did bring you up here? Jimmy, I can't figure it. You're a guy that'd level on any subject.
Look, if I find what I came up for, I'll let you know and fast. If I don't, just as soon nobody ever knew what I had in mind. Let's look around, huh?
Hey, put your up. You go.
I apologize. There is no food of your country.
Well, I'll tell you about American food, Mr. Wong. We haven't had any since we've been in the service.
Our people have offered you with money baskets of food. You take from them none of these.
Mr. Wong, you laid it out like it was ransom or something.
Look, no hard feelings, understand?
Do you guys realize what we're sitting on here? If we could scrounge up a few trucks and make a daily delivery from this village, well, we could be the produce kings of the island. Mr. Wong, if you're serious about getting rid of a few pigs and a couple of heads of cabbage, I mean, a little business.
It is the business of soldiers to steal.
Look, Mr. Wong, this sounds corny, but, and people from every country probably say the same thing. But we're different. We don't steal.
And you do not kill?
My husband, it is not possible they speak the truth.
They are no different. For soldiers, they have waited with great patience and courtesy. We wish to confer them upon you.
You wish to what?
They will make excellent servants.
They have agreed to this. You will find them well trained in cooking, in the cleaning of clothing, and I trust will be treated with kindness.
Yeah. What is this strange look you give? They are too old, too young?
No. Our base is exclusively male. It would make problems.
It seems to me the exclusion of a female will make even greater problems on your base.
Oh, true, how true.
We can't. We just can't, Mr. Wong.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Wong, since you can't buy us off, when will they be back? You know, sir, you had me bothered, especially when you said soldiers in someone else's eyes might do evil. But they're still men. It was like you were taking the words right out of my own mind. That is until I realized that your way is maybe more violent than ours. You know, just by sitting still and letting it happen, you can hurt more people than the rest of us who fight back.
What is it, Jimmy?
One of the stragglers was carrying that. I knew apples needed dry soil, cool nights. Probably a high valley well hidden.
Jim, you came up here to find Japs?
Yeah, and I knew there had to be some kind of village because that same straggler's pouch was newly mended. Sewing machine stitches. Mr. Wong, you've got hand sewing machines up here, haven't you? And a cobbler, too, probably.
My husband, it is time for the truth. When night comes, Japanese soldiers also come.
If you are found here, our entire village dies.
What's keeping Jimmy?
There is no cause to alarm. The Japanese soldiers do not enter or leave cliff opening in daylight. This place much too happy for them to take risk.
Much too happy for him.
What's your answer, Mr. Wong?
I will not agree to what you ask.
Look, I told you the Japanese are bound to know we've been here. They probably found our jeeps by now, and they're not going to wait for nightfall. Come here. We don't want any dead heroes. When you see the Japs, sound it once and run.
Jimmy, what is it? What's going on?
Now, in 20 words or less, mister, I came up here because...
I was scared. Well, that much was true. You know, a lot of guys depending on me, and I was scared of letting them down because I couldn't kill again.
The answer isn't as easy as just pulling a trigger, is it?
No, you know, everything the Colonel was trying to tell me, it's right here. This is the whole war in a nutshell. You know, it was just like our own country. They bent over backwards trying to avoid it. Finally, there was only one way left for them. Kill or be killed.
Oh, Jimmy, they don't have a chance.
That's right.
How many stragglers are there?
I'd guess about 5 to 1 of us, maybe more.
You boys mind if I go back to the base and get my boat?
You want out?
What the Admiral's saying is he's Mr. Torpedoes at a half a mile and I'm bombs at 20,000 feet. This ever-loving up to your knees in mud stuff is new to us.
You'll handle it.
This is no time for confidence. Now look, General, we're gonna need you here.
Are you kidding? Those guys are pros. They'll leapfrog each other in and wipe us out. Our only chance is to flank them.
Sure, you gotta surround them?
Quoting one Robert E. Lee, there are 3 ways to win a war. Attack, attack, attack.
I got news, Jimmy. He lost.
That's because you Yankees were too stupid to know when you were licked. I'm counting on that now. You know how to use this?
Yes.
Use it well, and keep this over your head.
Nani estenda. Nani estenda. Giocare. Giocare. Go. close.
Several of our people are hurt.
See what you can do for him, Pike. And I'll take care of Robert E. Lee, Jr.
I suppose you three think you're some kind of ever-loving heroes or something, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, Colonel...
No, sir.
Or maybe you're under the delusion that someone suggested you come up here.
No, sir, our own idea. You see, our friend here was looking for apples. As senior officer, that is, before the colonel arrived, I concluded a treaty with our Chinese allies here. China is our ally, you know.
After all, Colonel, they occupied this valley first. All they wanted was a little privacy.
Except, sir, for a few exceptions that they may from time to time name.
I wouldn't want the Colonel to think there was any lack of gratitude on their part, sir. However, when you're through mopping up here, why, this place is off limits for troops.
You, Captain, will report to your commanding officer. You're off base area in violation of specific orders.
Yes, sir.
You, Lieutenant, will do precisely the same.
Yes, sir.
Irvine, when you get out of the dispensary, I'm going to keep you so busy you'll have no time to get in any trouble.
Yes, sir.
And Irvine, I have something that belongs to you. Perhaps you'd like to come by my tent later on and pick it up, without a parade.
Yes, sir, I think that'd be better. Thank you.
And about this Joint Chiefs malarkey. Any time that I am on this island, and you want to fall for bridge, my field number is George Baker 8.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
George Baker 8. Yes, sir. Well, it was sure great while it lasted, huh?
Yeah.
We find plenty fresh fruit.
Yeah, onions, pea pods, melons.
And tomatoes, huh? Just like home.
Ripe and firm.
Which brings us to the subject of Marys. We sure found plenty Marys.
Beautiful, beautiful Mary.
Except for certain restrictions in high places, this could be the loveliest of wars.
But you know what it adds up to?
What's that?
I'll tell you. Tapioca gave us exactly what he promised, and now we're out of an ice machine.
Guys like us ought to take out insurance against stupidity.
Did you hear that? Birdman, you've done it again. Insurance, that's where all the money is. Now, look, we become insurance brokers. We divide the camp into areas, maximum risk and minimum risk.
1,000-to-1, Charlie doesn't get you on your birthday.
If it's 1,000-to-1, we'll give him 100-to-1.
We cover absolutely everything. We figure the odds on everything, and we give them the odds on, like, say, for example, insurance against promotion.
And write John letters.
Right. We won the vote in this war.
And we run it like it ought to be run.
Screen Gems film production from the Hollywood studios of Columbia Pictures.